Warm up in the sky.
These are cool.
Thank you. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. So this is Daily Art Adventure number 801, plein air painting on New Year's Eve. Can I turn this around and show them? Anybody here in the FBI Witness Protection Program? Okay, there's actually people watching. I don't know what to do with an audience. Don't dance. That's the one thing. Don't do that. All right, let's get enough of the silliness. I have a photograph here in front of me, which is a good thing because they turned on a really bright light a little while ago and I can hardly see my subject matter anymore. Whoops, missed one. There we go. You knew that's what I was going to do, right? I'm painting that, by the way. I took a picture, thankfully, before they turned on that nasty light. So, otherwise I'd be just about finished. Anyway, so I've got a photograph right here that I'm going from. And I start my paintings by doing a complete abstract painting underneath the image. Have you ever seen me paint before? Anybody here? Yes. Yeah, we got one. Well, this is really going to be a painting of that scene, and it'll be beautiful. Right now you're thinking, I get it, he's one of them modern artists. Wrong. What did she say? But I really do a complete abstract painting underneath the representational painting. Ooh, that was nice. vanishing point, I think, right there, I think. The single most important shape in this painting is the shape of the sky. So if I can get the sky drawn correctly, everything else will come pretty easy. I don't know that I've ever painted this exact view of Fayetteville Street before, which is saying something because I've painted this street literally hundreds of times. Can't quite see my photograph here. Let's see if I can fix that a little bit. All right, that's better. It was a beautiful, beautiful evening just a little while ago. The sun has now gone down. It's still a beautiful evening, but the light's not great. Hey guys. Good. The only thing is, if you buy a bookmark, you have to promise me you'll read a book.
I'll just I'll make them read a book.
You don't have to plug it in or turn it on or anything. It's great. It needs no batteries. So, those of you who are watching me online, I still don't have a iPad monitor, which is very troubling. Sorry about that. So I cannot see your chats if you're making any. Anyway, I've had quite a little audience of 50 people or so standing. Standing and watching me set up my equipment for a long time. It's rather awkward. You can just put it right in the basket. Thanks. Good. Some fun marching band stuff happening over there. Bagpipes first, and then some kind of, I don't know, community hip-hop marching band. I don't know what to call it. They're part of this event every year. Pardon? Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that's right. That's a good way to describe it. I have painted from near this spot a couple times, at least a couple times. But somehow, never this exact angle, so I'm not sure what I painted last time I was here. But as I look down the street, or as I look at my photograph, I don't have any memory of painting this exact angle before, so maybe I'm just forgetting. Maybe I have painted it before, I just don't remember. That's possible too. You can see my phone down here that I'm using as a reference, which is a good thing because they turned on that crazy bright light. So none of us can see down the street at all now because we're blinded by that light. That's funny. Although I do like the shot of all the silhouette people walking down there right now. I'll show you. That I like right there. Try to incorporate some of that. And I'm just taking a guess, honestly, as to where the top of the sidewalk is, where the road is, and so on. That's, as you regulars know, that's my general method, is take a wild guess. Don't spend too much time thinking. Just take a wild guess as to where the lines go, and then make corrections as you proceed all the way along. I'll be drawing or correcting this scene somewhere between 8 and 10 times before I'm finished. So lots of opportunities to get it right if I've gotten it wrong, which is very possible. Every once in a while I talk about and I think about doing preparatory sketches, thumbnail sketch, no-tan, black and white sketch, tonal sketch, and so on and so forth. I honestly believe that all of those are really good ideas. Then why don't I do them? Well, the reason is,
I saw your name, I recognize your name, I recognize your work. You've got a piece of downtown New Bern taken down Pollock Street.
Yeah.
I'm from New Bern originally, and I like that piece. Now, as a matter of fact, I just took your pictures. I want to share it with someone because I've talked with that shop.
No kidding.
You've got another photograph another work up Jones Street that includes the Forum Building, which is where I live now. And so I was telling some people about some of the works. I said, one day I want to get some of his stuff and put it in my contract. So
Excellent.
I got a picture of
Excellent.
a real person.
I'm Dan. What's your name?
Ed.
Hi, Ed. Good to meet you. I just finished a New Bern painting last week
Oh, did
of
you?
the old Mayola
Yes,
ice cream
yeah,
plant.
Yeah.
Now, is it closed down? Is it still operating?
Well, I don't know if that plant is, because Mayola is still in business.
Okay,
and it's
that-
based in New Bern. So,
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. It's nice.
Thank you, Ed. Good to meet you. That's fun. Okay, so I was talking about thumbnails, colors, tonal sketches, no-tans, the whole ball of wax. And I think all of those are a very good idea. And then I was going to say, so why aren't I doing that? Well, part of the reason is because I've got about 60 people standing behind me in a big circle behind me, expecting that I'm going to entertain them, and they expect right. So frankly, and this is pretty typical of my work. I mean, I don't usually have 60 people, but if I'm painting at a wedding, you know, just pretty typical that the reason I don't do sketches is because I'm being watched. They don't have time. They don't have patience for me to do little sketches. So very often, most of the time in my career, then I just so to speak, plug my nose and jump in. There you are. So what I try to do is, first of all, I guess, I don't usually describe it this way. First thing I try to do is get a decent linear composition. Now, I'm sort of contradicting myself here a little bit, because usually I say contradiction. Sorry. I usually say that composition, not contradiction, composition. That composition is primarily about values, about the major light and dark area, and it is. But there's a subset of composition, and it's reflected in, like, the law of thirds, for instance. The law of thirds is a linear concept, right? Anyway, so that's one of the things I'm looking for. Since I can't do a thumbnail, since I can't do a no-tan, and so on and so forth, I just have to jump in and start painting. I'm assuming that I will make adjustments later on to reflect a good values composition. That's all I'm just going to use that term for now. You regulars will recognize what I mean by that. Newcomers, just hang around for a while, you didn't get it. But the one thing I have to have correct, even before the values composition is right, is my linear composition needs to be pretty good. So what am I doing? 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. Got it? Law of thirds is the most simple, the simplest way to think about composition. And so that's about all I've got to go on right now. It's like, okay, are my lines in the right place? And I'm going to be so bold as to say, yep, they are, pretty much. Again, and I'll be making refinements throughout the entire process, at least for starters, so to speak. The law of thirds has got me pretty good. Let me hasten to say, however, that the linear rules of composition are very much secondary. They are good, they're important, and they have to be correct, but they can't carry a painting. You cannot. I've never said this before. Hey, take out your notebook, write this down. You cannot rely on. You cannot put your weight down on the law of thirds to give your painting a good composition. It's just not stout enough. It's just not. It's important, it has to be correct, but it's not enough to get the job done. There, that's what I've never said before. As far as entertainment value, so to speak, at the moment, since I've got still 30 people, patient people, standing there watching me. And I do want to entertain them, don't get me wrong. I don't want it to sound whatever. But there's very little question that I'm the most, in general population, I mean, there's pockets of special interest groups, special cultures, subcultures in the arts. But as far as the general population of the Raleigh-Durham Chapel Hill area, I'm probably the most recognized artist. And the only reason I say that is, well, one of the main reasons I say that is to be instructive to some of you any young artists who may be watching me. So how do you succeed as an artist? There's no question. It is a marketing game. It's a marketing business. And not everybody's got the personality, to stand in front of people and paint. I actually started doing that in churches when I was 18 years old, freshman in college. Traveled all over the Midwest, painted in hundreds of churches. Do a chalk drawing, not painted, chalk drawing. Black light special effects. Some of you know what I'm talking about. The rest of you are going, what? Anyway, so I've been painting in front of people for my whole adult life. And it's not for everybody, I understand. So, but some of you have the whatever. And what I'm doing right now is certainly not, what's the word? Certainly not razzle dazzle. Not rock and roll. It's not, I'm not one of those guys that's doing a portrait of Ray Charles in 3 minutes. Is that real art? Are they demonstrating some kind of skill? Oh yeah, they are demonstrating, those guys who do that, and girls, whatever, who do that. They are demonstrating some kind of skill. Is it art skill? Kinda, a little bit. But no, I don't want to do that. I'm doing real art. So it's a snob. That's a snob statement there. I'll admit it. At least when I say something snobby, I have the honesty to admit it. That was a snob statement. The entertainment factor that people are experiencing right now is frankly just the fascination of watching somebody render something believable before their very eyes, so to speak. It's sort of like the Bob Ross effect, except different. So people are intrigued by that. They really are. I've seen it literally hundreds of times, thousands of times probably. People are intrigued by watching an image that they recognize. Pardon?
I'm gonna go sit in the car and get warm.
Okay. Okay. Bless you. Boy, it's really, really damp out here tonight. It just dawned on me. Wow, the stuff that I put down at the very beginning is still quite wet. Wow. That's going to be a challenge. Well, let's continue painting for a little while anyway. Yeah, let's paint some people here. I like painting people. I'm actually going to add a street light. Remove a street light, more accurately put. There's actually there's street lights all over, but I'm moving them to where I want them to be. Right? Like that one. More people. I'm standing about 5 feet above street level. Up here, so I'm definitely looking down. My vanishing point again, it's disappeared on me now. Where did it go? It's about here, I think. One of the things I know about city streetscape scenes is that the streets are a veritable forest of vertical strokes. Trees, tree trunks, signs, no parking signs, street signs of every kind. So you just about can't go wrong just by making careful that they're not evenly placed, but just something like that actually it's the feeling of a street going pretty quickly. Now, I want to put some cars in the street. Let's see if I've got any. Are there any in the photograph? Nope. Let's look at a different photograph here. There we go. At least one car. So, where do I want a car? I do think I want right about here. And the photograph definitely helps me get the perspective right. I'm sorry, y'all, but I don't have a... I'm going to restart my iPad and see if I can get it working, because I really would like to see what you guys are saying. Not many people watching tonight. I take it you've all got more interesting things to do on New Year's Eve and hang out here and watch me paint, which is perfectly fine. How about another car, a couple cars way over here. All right, now some of you need to watch this right here. I'm going to do my typical crowd of people. First pass, first layer at people. Those are people. Got it? Lots and lots and lots of people. Somebody asked me this morning, they asked me if I would do a lesson on how to paint crowds. I don't know if they're going to watch this or if they are watching it, if they're going to watch it. But there you go. There's the start of it anyway. That is the start. Start abstract, just it out. And it might look like those are just messes, but of course you can probably tell they're not. They already look kind of like people because of their basic ratio. So like 8 to 1, more or less, with a little dot at the top. Hello? Yeah, going to do some up close people here too, down here in this corner. So at this point, already one of the things you want to be careful about when you're doing your crowd of people is to put them in little groups. Don't go along and spread them evenly. They're not a marching band. They're a mob of people. And so you put them in little clumps. Do you see? Clump there, 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 and there. I may move those several times before they're done. But that's getting started in the right direction anyway. You got bagpipes, do you hear that? Kind of fun. Ooh. Oh, no. I'll be here till midnight. Can you tell what it is?
Take a guess.
Well, it's down that way.
At first, when I saw you do the circle, I thought it was the Ferris wheel.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm not. I haven't decided if I haven't. That's a good guess. But I haven't decided if I'm going to include the Ferris wheel yet.
Yeah, that's
Maybe.
So is this like the people?
Yeah.
Here? Oh, that was
Now,
a good guess.
it looked a lot better before they turned that big bright light on.
Oh,
So
yeah.
thankfully, I took some pictures before they turned it on.
Take a picture.
So you were here. Have you been here since the beginning? No, you
no,
went away and
about
came back.
5:30-ish.
I mean,
No, we've been
since I made it.
staying- yeah,
Are you
we've been
serious?
here,
Well, you deserve some kind of award. How about some paint? How about some
said-
nice
I
paint
said,
on that nice clean hand?
I asked her, I said, do you want to go be in the parade? She said no.
Sweet girl.
Now, are you going to be playing music later?
Yeah, maybe. As the spirit leads.
Okay.
It depends how the atmosphere goes.
Atmosphere, okay. Can I take a picture with you or her?
Oh yeah, sure. Oh yeah. Come here.
Thank you.
Here. Let me give you a brush. You,
Oh, no, not yet.
here, you pretend you're painting.
I have a ticket painted.
There you go. Do you want me to look scared?
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sweet. You're very welcome.
She's very crafty. She likes to paint and draw and stuff.
Good for you.
She's fascinated.
Good for you. Hello.
I love your art.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, of course. Oh, darn. How can that be? You don't have your phone with you? All right, I'm fishing around for my black pencils.
I was curious whether you're finished with it.
Oh, no.
To me, that's almost
Yeah,
perfect
yeah.
the way it is. I love it.
You know, I think that often. I wish this was my style, 'cause I'd be done.
It's a great style. I love it.
Thank you. I do. Unfortunately, it's not my style. It would never sell unless I change career paths. No, I'll be painting till midnight and more. I'll be.
So what? So you'll take that off, or how would you? Get
No,
that?
no. I just keep building up layers and layers and layers and layers.
Oh.
Yep, yep.
Oh,
More
that's
and more
cool.
layers. Yep.
You want to paint layers and layers and layers.
Yeah. And right now I'm painting. Well, in a minute I'm actually going to use pencils, which
Do you
is
have
crazy.
Like an art shop or something?
I know I've been in many galleries. At the moment, I pulled out of all galleries, and this is the main thing I do is paint on the street.
On the street. Okay.
Yep, and commissions.
Yeah.
All right, only found 2 pencils and a pencil sharpener. Good. All right. Hopefully that'll get me through the night. Yeah, I'm going to do some pencil because I need to buy time just for this to dry. Everything is so wet. It's a crazy way to draw, isn't it? Don't even tell me that's the way you would have done it. I won't believe you. Till a few years ago, that's not the way I would have done it either. Oh, there's trees in there. Wow. Bare trees. Nice winter trees. I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, I'm going to add a street light, as I said up there. There's street lights like that all over the place. Just there doesn't happen to be one right where I'm putting it, but that's where I need it to be. Nice bagpipes, I like it. I believe I haven't turned around and looked at them, but I believe it's the North Carolina State University pipe band. At least that's who usually plays at events like this. So it includes some students, but evidently you can keep playing it for a long time after you're no longer a student. That's my observation has been it's mostly adults, older than college, but it includes college kids. Anyway, great fun. Some of you may be wondering about the drawing technique. Again, rather peculiar. that I'm making such messy lines, right? Scribbly lines like that. That is actually important. It would be counterproductive to make neat, accurate, careful, precise lines. What I need in the final stages of the painting is lots of interesting stuff to respond to. And if all my pencil marks, for instance, along with everything else, if they were all accurate, dead on, so to speak, I wouldn't have anything to respond to. It would just be retracing. There's a lot more I could say about that. I'm going to leave it for now. Now, decision time. There is, in fact, a Ferris wheel right about here. And even though I like the color of it, I don't think I'm going to put it in. It's always hard to know. I mean, I definitely want to portray. I'm going to put in, tents, canopies, and things like that. Food trucks going down the road, as much such as they are, as much as you can see them, which of course is not very much. At the moment, my inclination is not to include the Ferris wheel. I might change my mind later and add it. Redraw that line right there. Right there. getting a little cool. I don't know if did I show off for you tonight? I wore my New Year's Eve festive. Thank you. But when it gets too cold to be stylish, I'm going to put on boring black coats. I have more than one. Medium weight and heavyweight. And it's going to get cold tonight, so. All right. So far, so good.
So where can we buy it?
Pardon?
Where can we buy it?
Oh, here. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't know if you're serious or not, but I actually do have a bid sheet. So that's how it works. So I need to find a pencil.
So you did.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey,
Can you see
you
it?
did one for St. Michael's 2
Yeah.
years ago.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's the best picture.
Oh,
ever.
thank you.
And
I remember that very well.
It was wonderful.
Yeah, so. Oh, look at the customers are providing their own pens.
What's the starting bid?
There's no start. You can put 15 cents. Just you can put
We're gonna
$100.
start it. You gotta start somewhere.
In fact, I'll tell
I
you, you
don't want to
could
be the one to start it.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
sure,
afraid it's
sure.
Probably too much or too little.
just put down $500,
$500.
and I guarantee I won't let
get
you
it.
have it for $500. But you'll have fun. You can say, guess what?
That's the starting
I bid
point.
$500 on a painting.
I mean, that's pretty good, but she's really not going to spend
No, but I promise. No, she can't have it. Nobody can have it for five. It won't go for less than 1,000.
Is that what it is? Did you want to, or did you do one
Man,
every year for this?
No. Oh yeah. I do this most years. But I won't let it go for less than 1,000. So, but if you just want to play along,
Well, then I'll get there. I'll write 250 and really.
There you go.
Thinking that that's going to go for a while. You're wasting his time.
in the meantime, I need to find a pen.
I know you don't remember me, but I took a workshop with you once.
Did you? That's why you look familiar.
And you jump started me.
Oh, did I? No kidding. Well, tell me your name again.
Michelle Murphy.
Hi, Michelle. Well, that's good. Glad to hear it.
I'm taking my preferences and no one else can bid. Did you have a car?
Yes. Yes. I surely do. Here it is.
You're like somewhere.
Yeah, it is somewhere.
Do you have a studio somewhere at home or where?
I have a studio at my home. This is my main studio on the street.
Cool. Dan Nelson.
That's it. Thanks.
Thank you.
Hi, guys. All right. I hate to cover up my cute bow tie, but it's just getting a little, and my cute vest. Okay, one last look. Not dying is more important than looking cool. Yeah, one thing that happens on a night like this, if you start letting yourself get chilled early in the evening, you can never catch up. You know, standing out here in the cold, I've learned, is much different from. Oh, I didn't put my signs up. That's too bad. Maybe I can give you a job, Patrick. Can I give you a job? Are you freezing yet? I don't care, I hardly care how you do this. But what I'm going to recommend is you just do this kind of thing. Whoops. Not that. Not exactly like that. And just slap in front and back, side, like on the back of that. I'm going to put one of these up here. There. A little identity. There we go. All right, the good news is I was concerned about the paint drying so slowly. I was saying standing out here and painting is not the same as walking in the cold or running or playing around in the cold. It's just, you just don't build up the same kind of heat reserves standing still that you do when you're standing still. You don't build up the same kind of heat. I guess that's obvious, isn't it? And then once you let yourself get chilled, man, it's hard as dickens to get warmed up again. So that's why I went ahead and covered up my cool bow tie vest. Cool though it is. Come out here, Mom. This old fart thinks he's cool. How are we gonna break the news to him? Anyway, the paint drying has sped up a little bit, so that's good. That's good. Great, thank you. Appreciate it. Yep. Yeah, I had a bag of mixed nuts and a thermos of really hot tea. No, other than that, no. Yeah, how many dollars do I have in my... Oh, look. Yeah, I would love a hot sandwich of any kind. Burger, fish sandwich, anything. Philly steak and cheese, a food truck. It'll probably cost more than that though. $5 or something. Or $6 or $7. Okay. But a sandwich is good because I kind of eat with one hand and paint with the other. And I'm not fussy at all. No hot jalapeno stuff. Okay. What? Yep. Great. Thank you, man. Appreciate it, Patrick. Thank you. Dear old friend Patrick showed up here, and dear old friend Doug showed up here as soon as I started unpacking. So that's kind of fun. Doug is my partner in crime. He's helped me devise and invent a number of my easels, including this one. Many modifications made. It's a store-bought easel with a lot of modifications. I'm going to paint the spaces between these people a little bit. And I'm very much, I say this, I describe this process often. I'm very much playing the pictures in a cloud game or wiggle line game. I'm just looking for things in here that feel a little bit like a human being, like human beings. Arms, legs, torsos, heads. If I don't see anything, then I just make a random mark. And next time around, I'll play the same game again and again and again, over and over and over. One of the hard lessons I'm still learning, still having to learn when I'm painting a crowd of people is I mentioned earlier, be sure to put them in clumps, be sure to put them in groups. In addition to that, be careful that you don't have too many people standing up straight. If I can remember to put their heads at an angle, for instance, this woman right here, I don't know why I say it's a woman, just because it kind of, and this looks like a kid. It just looks, if I can put their head at an angle, then that gets me going in a good direction. Then the rest of their physique, as I work from the top down, the rest of the physique will follow. So I have to be careful not to make too many straight up heads. Does that make sense? So if I can just do a tilted head and all the rest of the physique, because otherwise you have what looks like a quaternion of soldiers in your painting. They're all standing up way too straight, and that does not do at all. We do not want a quaternion of soldiers. Quaternion, where'd that word come from? Of soldiers at the New Year's Eve party. That is not who's here. So I have to make sure that I get heads going one way or the other. My microphone might be my in-ear monitor's working. I had somebody bleeding over a minute ago from somewhere else. Good now. This application of opaque white in the acrylic stage is a cause of some considerable consternation for my students when they're learning my technique. It's so counter to their normal painting practice. They often have a hard time grasping the concept. So we're not painting things that are going to be white in the finished painting. I'm painting things that are light in value, not white, light. And everything I'm painting white right now is going to be overpainted with several glazes, not just one, several, before the evening is out. Yeah, that's looking fun. That's looking fun. I'm happy to say. One of these buildings down here that I'm painting right now is brand new. Brand new, just finished in the last 6 or 8 weeks or something like that. I'm not sure, I don't think I've even done a painting of it since it was finished. So that's kind of exciting. Our Raleigh city skyline has evolved at a considerable pace during the 30 years that Nancy and I have lived here. That actually looks quite nice, doesn't it? I don't know if it looks nice to you. Again, if only this were my style, I could hang up right now and say done. But as you know, it's not my style, so that won't do. I do very much like it though when a painting looks good in the early stages. In fact, I get quite concerned if a painting doesn't look good in the early stages. I'm thinking, standing here thinking. Now, I have a lot of wet white paint on here. That means there's not an awful lot I can do until this dries. Still don't have any monitor. You guys, sorry about that. Let me take a minute right now and log back in on my iPad and see if I can get this working. I hate to be missing your chats. Happy New Year to everybody. All right, that's encouraging. All right. Hey. Oh my goodness, a lot of chats. Let me take a second and look. Heather, hello Heather, been a while since I heard from you. Happy New Year's to you. Glad to have you back. Hello Uncle 60, good to have you again. Brenda from Australia, good to have you on board. Heather, colorful sidewalk, that's hilarious. I do have a drop cloth underneath me, but I do still get drops on the paint on the sidewalk. You're correct. Nope, my iPad's doing good, evidently. Thanks, somebody said. Heather says, don't forget the thumbs up. I appreciate that. Thank you, Heather. Exactly. People, please, if you enjoy this, give me a thumbs up. If you don't enjoy it, give me a thumbs up anyway. Just kidding. Hello, Karen. Hello, Anthony Alderman. Tony, good to have you on board. Oh, what fun. Good, good, good. Oh, the sound is a bit fuzzy. Sound a bit better. Back to fuzzy. Okay, thanks for letting me know. Let me check on that. Oh, it is fuzzy. There we go. Okay, thank you for letting me know. Sorry about that. It went on for a while, didn't it? A long while. All right, I'm going to take a break here in a little from broadcasting and painting in a minute. But before I do, I've got two long-handled wide brushes. That's long-handled wide brushes. And I'm going to do this, smearing the white paint that is still wet. So what this does is, you know, there's little puddles of white paint, right, that I put on real thick, and they will take forever to dry. I don't have that kind of time. So I'm smearing them so that they'll dry more quickly. Ah, fireworks. And it looks good as long as you do it with fast, long, bold motions. It doesn't look good, you know, you don't scribble, nothing, not like that, just straight. All right, I think that's got it. So I'm going to clean these brushes. And forgive me, gang, I'm going to take just a, I hope just a 5-minute break. Sorry to do that to you. You know what I could do? I could just point you down the street, couldn't I? Let you kind of see what's going on. Hello. Should I paint the fireworks or no? All right, I'll leave it just like that. All right, so I'm going to take a short break. One of the things I want to do during this break is look for my little cotton gloves I've got around here somewhere. I have no idea where. I'm trying to remember where. All right, but I'll drink some hot tea. Thanks for watching, y'all. Yeah. We'll just leave you $1 in there. Now you have to promise me you read a book.
Yeah. We're going to take 3.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate it. Man, my horns are going to be cold to play, aren't they? Woo! I've got some wonderful hot tea in a thermos. This thermos works really well. This tea will be hot enough to scald myself with, I'm sure. Yowzer, that was true. Hot, hot, hot. Hey. Can you guys see the fireworks? We can't see much of anything because of that great big light. Hey, while I'm on the subject. Pardon?
Where's the bid of that now?
I think $250.
250?
$250, and I'm not going to let it go for that. Oh, no, somebody put $1,000.
Oh.
I would let it go for that. I told them I hope it's somebody serious because I said that would be the minimum bid.
That's a good one.
Well, hallelujah. Oh, sorry, you want me?
You too. You're Barbie.
Nothing better than having a picture of the painter.
Yeah.
That's better than the signature. That's better than the signature. That's a really good thing.
Are you all a family?
Yes.
Is this your daughter? You are beautiful. I honestly, I thought at first you were a daughter. I'm not kidding.
Great.
Way to go. Way to go, dude. You must be doing something right.
I'm trying.
Good for you. Now, I didn't suspect you of being the wife. No. I knew you were a daughter. Thank you, folks. Bless you. You too. Thank you. tea. Hot tea.
That would be nice.
Would you like
I
some?
wanted
If you
to
can find a
take-
cup, it's burning
If I
hot.
had known, I would have brought something in the car. Before I forget, there's
Yeah.
a site. It's really for people that literally did grow up here. But I mean, you can get on people's Facebook
I gotta
page.
turn my mic.
No, I just didn't want to. Yeah, like yours. Privacy. I mean, I thought since you brought you know it. I should have. Yeah. Anyway, it's called If You Grew Up in Raleigh. And you would find it fascinating with Facebook Megan. Yeah. Megan Tom's pictures of those islands. What fun. All the time. Yeah, I can do that right now. But I know exactly one of the towns that I grew up in. You grew up in Wisconsin. Yeah. And there's a lot of little money on that side. Right. I mean, that's what some people yeah. But anyway, the reason why I'm bringing this up is he is the nature about it. For the last couple of weeks, exactly.
Oh, Emily, you know that giant garden with all the lights and stuff in it? It's really close. It's like the Eiffel Tower, like the entire city of Raleigh is licensed. It's like literally we walk up a little. So whenever you're ready. You like your story? We're gonna go check out the light garden.
Yeah, that's the one thing.
She was showing me the difference.
Yeah,
It was a big difference. Yeah.
Wow.
Of course, that was back in the beginning of it.
Yeah.
And when blood pressure was going through the roof, I knew the medication for that.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to be bitter. I've been pretty healthy.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I've had little cotton. Oh, I've had little cotton gloves, with the fingers cut off.
Yeah.
And I'm not freezing. Like, you know how it is once you. No. That's all electronics. Once you get chilled, it's hard to get warm back up, you know?
Yeah, I can
So I don't
give
want
you my pair of gloves I was wearing, not those. No, these, they were.
Oh.
And I used to do that in electrical.
Okay, you keep your hands in your
And
pockets.
you even already painted. Oh, I got the other gloves.
I already got paint on them.
No, I got my better gloves. Yeah, I got paint on both of them. I got my filled. So you don't have to worry about that. Does that work?
Yeah, thank you. Okay.
All right. Let's thank you for your patience. I think I'm ready to start painting again.
I got these nice ones that John gave me. They've been
Oh, good. All right, move you a little bit more.
Feel like you're having fun.
Yeah. You know me. Once I get to this part, once I get painting, it's fun.
I think you enjoy the people too.
Sure. Man, I had a big crowd of people. I even started painting it. All right. Next, thank you. So the next thing is,
We were here a while ago.
Does it look better?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Wait, before when it was like, it kind of looked like it was dripping. Like,
Yeah, it was dripping.
but how do you do that?
Practice. All right, glaze time. So I got my medium warm coat on, so I don't look as cool. I don't look cool anymore. I just have to get the work done. All right, so there's some phthalo blue and some.
Just remember and I'll remind you of it later.
Okay, yeah, I'm glad you did. That's a great idea. And my practice normally when I'm doing a street scene is paint the sidewalk or the asphalt, essentially, at least to start with, essentially the same color as the sky. Clamshell effect, because the color of, gray sidewalk asphalt is pretty colorless. And so you have to paint it some color. So reflecting the sky is a good start. Okay, mid area. Middle of the painting here,
Wow!
some yellow and some orange.
That's beautiful.
Thank you. And some more big generous dollop of medium. Every time I do this kind of thing, I think about how most of you are struggling to get loose. And believe me, I totally understand that struggle. I'm in the same struggle with you. I might be a little bit ahead of some of you, but whenever I do this kind of stuff, I say, so it's easy. It's easy to paint loose. Just paint loose. Stop talking about it. Just grab yourself a brush or two and just make big, wild, crazy marks. Isn't it pretty? I love that stage. All right, so what next? I'm stumped. Not really stumped, but that glaze is beautiful. I'm thinking. Part of me wants to just go straight to white, which would be unusual for me to do white, then glazed, and white again, and just 2 layers apart. But yeah, no, I don't think I'm gonna do dark details. I'm gonna draw again. Ooh, that was nice. I don't usually draw my trees with orange and red paint, but today might be the day that I change that. That's gorgeous. I love those. Love those red trees. Wow, what a surprise. Oh, there's a trumpet player down the street. How about that? That's nice, a little bit unusual. There's a trumpet. Oh, it's pretty good. Okay, so I made up my mind. As you can see, I'm going to, did you see my brush shake right just a second ago? It's completely involuntary. I've talked about that quite a bit. Those of you who are what I call early journey painters, do not get mad at your hands when it does that. That is your hand trying to help you be a good painter. Don't fight against it. Don't hunker down on your grip to alleviate or stop that. I'm as serious as I can be. That is your hand trying to help you be a good painter. You can't do it intentionally on purpose. You pretty much have to do it. It's an involuntary thing. But my point is, don't fight against it. Hi guys. Good. Thank you. So I'm going to draw details, as you see, and then do another layer of white. And at that point, I will probably be ready to go to oils. Whoops, my phone seems to be frozen. Come on, come on. Well, just gonna leave it the way it is then. So I'm using, I've used red and orange. Now I'm using red, and my red here, when I say red, it's a cool red, magenta, or primary red, or quinacridone red, or something like that. I am really partial to drawing in red. Just find it.
You want me to come back?
Pardon?
You want me to come back?
If you want. Oh yeah, like at midnight, you mean?
Whatever. You want to just like maybe text me about an hour before you want to break down?
Sure. Sure. Yeah, go get warm. Thanks, Doug.
Yeah, man. Anything you need?
Nope. I'm good. Good to see you.
Always.
Good to have you back.
Get up. Sorry, just no fun being cold.
Bless you. Glad that's over. Okay, yeah, I'll text you.
Okay.
Good old Doug. Yeah,
I'm
sorry.
not you, I like always, man.
Thank you. I really do like the way this paint is behaving. Yeah, thankfully I took a picture before they turned that light on because I can't see a thing. but I have a photograph to go by. Yeah, I like the way that the paint that I'm putting right now is smooshy, really soupy, with the wet paint underneath. Here's a general rule of thumb. It is that all the things that drive an early journey painter crazy because they feel like they don't have control, almost all those impulses are good. For instance, like and here I'm talking about again my old thing. First half of journey is we learn to paint stuff that looks like stuff. Second half, we're learning to paint stuff that looks like paint. Okay, big difference, big mindset shift of mindset. And like here's a classic. People in the first half of life tend to prefer soft bristle, synthetic or sable brushes. Why? Because they do what they're told. You can control them. They behave. They do what you expect. And believe me, I'm being completely autobiographical here. How do I know so much about this stuff? Because it is my story. I know it's not everybody's, but it's most of us, honestly. That was me as well. When I first started oil painting 20 years ago, now I was a full-time artist before that, don't get me wrong. But I just had done everything but oil painting. But I was still very much in that first half of journey because I was mostly intent on painting stuff that looked like stuff. Anyway, when I first started oil painting 20 some years ago, maybe 22 maybe, I started out with soft sable synthetic brushes. Why? Because they behaved. They did what I wanted them to do. So anyway, this is just one example. And then a minute ago I was just talking about how I'm loving the soupiness that's happening right now. And it dawned on me that it is that very same soupiness is what drives first half of art journey people crazy, because it keeps them from digging their teeth into some serious realism. Life's fun. And by the way, you never have to apologize for where you are in your journey. Where you are is where you are. And in fact, some people are never going to make the jump to painting stuff that looks like paint. And I'm not here to judge them. That may be exactly what they were put on the planet to do. Yeah, so this is fun. I'm enjoying this this layer right here. I'm enjoying the evening, in case you can't tell. A little bit chilly. I have one more heavier coat to put on. I think I'll be all right. It's supposed to get down to 37 or 39 maybe, before I pack up tonight. Oh, by the way, there was somebody left a comment a while ago about whether I need to buy a new iPad. No, it was just an operator error. It was. I just had to restart the iPad, and then it worked just fine. Special shout out to Horatio, Uncle 60. Thank you, my friend. I am using, have been for the last couple of weeks, I guess, been using the new and improved Mevo Plus, and that is partly because Horatio went to bat for me without my asking him to. He went to bat for me and appealed to the company on my behalf, saying, "This guy has 60,000 subscribers. You better give him a better camera." And they did. Gave it to me, upgrade free, because the last one was failing so much. Anyway, so I have been using a new camera, and by George, I believe it works better, don't you? I don't think we've had streaming issues tonight, which I don't know if you remember, back in the day, I used to have quite a bit of problems, especially when I was out in public like this. Connectivity issues. Wow. Hello. I just said wow to my own painting. Did you hear that?
It's wow worthy.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Do we have sound going on? Let me try to fix my sound here, make sure it's actually working. I don't have anything in my ear. Can you guys hear me? Yeah, let's try it now. There we go, there we go, there we go. Woo! I got lots in my ear now. All right, so I do believe it's working. I was starting to just take a minute to sort of marvel at how pink my painting has turned in the last several minutes. Normally, when I'm drawing like this, drawing with paint, I would let the color switch, gradually go from one color to another. It's normally what I would do, but for some reason, I'm just really enjoying this pinkish purple thing that's happening. So a little bit unusual to stick with that color that long. By the way, I do have a bid for $1,000 on the painting, so that's good. I didn't see the person. It makes me a little nervous. I hope they're serious. But they did leave a name and a phone number, so I'm assuming they are serious. So that'd be nice. That'd be a nice way to end up the year, eh? All right, I am going to switch now to more purple. Let's do next layer on these figures down here. Now, I don't know if you heard me say a while ago, or if you've heard me say it in other paintings, I very much play the pictures in the cloud game. I just look at all these fairly amorphous blobs, and I try to find people in them. And then at this point, I just nudge them a little bit in the direction of people. In other words, I don't hunker down and get in control mode. I keep it loose and just.
Live streaming?
Yes,
Nice.
on YouTube.
Nice.
Thank you.
This is looking really neat.
Well, thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, this is my 801st live broadcast.
Nice.
I started.
It looks like you're figuring it out.
Yeah. I'll get there eventually. That's good. I like it. Thanks.
Have you done this vantage point before?
I have. Well, I've stood very close here. I know I stood in the grass one time. I was saying earlier, I don't think I've ever done this exact. Now, I've painted Fayetteville Street hundreds of times.
Nice.
I don't know how I could possibly come up with a new vantage point, but I honestly don't remember ever doing. I honestly don't. What's that?
On drugs.
Yeah, that's right. That's why I don't remember anything. So yes and no. I've been very close to this spot before, but I honestly don't remember ever doing this exact view.
That's cool. So Dan, is this a commission or?
Nope. It's an auction. I've actually got I got a bid of $1,000. Want to do 1,025?
Artist for my living room, so a whole wall of North Carolina artists.
Do you really?
I really do.
And I'm not in there?
Not yet. Not yet.
Well,
But
let's fix
it won't
that.
be tonight because I don't have $1,000 to give you.
1,025.
But I will say, tomorrow's my birthday.
Oh, just saying.
I mean, just a few hours. That's right. The last one of my 30s. That's amazing.
Well, thank you.
To appreciate fine art. Yeah.
So do you live here in Raleigh?
I did.
Okay, here, well, take my card. And when you get that $1,000 or
Yeah, 1,001.
or the person who's gonna do that birthday painting for you,
Right.
give me a call.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
This is exciting.
Thank you.
Nice.
All right, so let me talk about the painting such it is right at the moment, the way it's working. First of all, I'm quite happy with what I called a while ago the linear composition, the law of thirds. It hangs together all right. It is not at all cohesive from a values point of view. But I'm not too worried about it. For one thing, at the very worst, my sky, which is sort of an upside down U, could be my primary light area. In other words, I could just let the composition of this painting, in a sense, be what it clearly, naturally already is, without doing too many crazy things with play of light. I could just let it. By the way, right here, what I'm doing right now is a pretty good clinic on how to paint bare trees. Slightly different from painting. In other words, make tree-like, limb-like motions, marks. Don't draw branches. Just make branchy marks and allow the tree to. Sorry.
How are you?
Well, hello. Very good. Good to see you.
Good to see you. We enjoy our painting from
Oh.
you very much.
Thank you very much. Good. Good, good, good. What fun.
What's that?
I said, what fun. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's always fun to run to somebody who has one of my paintings. All right, I'm gonna, I think, stop there. And I don't have to wait now for that to dry. I can go straight to white. And then after the white, I move on to oils. A little bit of splattering. It is ideal if your painting can look good at every single phase or stage or layer of the painting. It doesn't always happen. You can't always make it happen, but it is nice when that happens. I like to say, if I were run over by a Mack truck, not that that's very likely here. I'm a good 50 feet from the road. But if I were to exit this earth at this point in the paint, I would like them to say, "Well, that's a real shame because he had a really good painting going." That's why I part company with the people who say they use the verbiage to block in a painting, because for some reason. And I know I'm quibbling here about semantics a little bit, but for some reason, when you block in a paint, the people who block in paintings, in my opinion, they seem to resign themselves to ugly early stages because they're using an ugly word, block. My word might not be much better. I use the word blob. I think we should blob in paintings. doing, by the way? What time is it? I forgot to look at what time I started painting. It's 7:40. Is that right? Anyway, first I ask what time it is, then I look at my watch, and then I argue with my watch. I'm not sure that's a sign of intelligence. I guess there's some kind of political protest going on behind me. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, some guy with a megaphone. Megaphoning. Somebody's megaphoning behind me. One other tip on the crowds of people. I render them essentially the same way that I do trees, layer by layer by layer, degree by degree, stage by stage, phase by phase, right? And light, dark, light, dark, light, dark. And that will continue for quite some time. It is especially convenient if the people, the figures in question, are as they are in this scene. They're very much silhouetted, against the people, against the light behind them. Yeah, fun. So far, so good. I certainly have discovered over the years that the paintings that look good early in the process are more generally than not the paintings that look good at the end. This is somebody placing a bid over here.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Thank you.
You are?
Robin.
Robin. Very good. Thanks, Robin. Best of luck to you. So I've got a little higher bid, just a little bit. It's a good thing, very good thing. Appreciate it. This, for some reason, to me, even though it's all warm colors, that's an exaggeration. It's not all warm, but it's mostly warm colors. It feels very much like a winter scene to me. I'm not sure why. Well, the bare trees, of course. I guess that makes sense.
How much are these for sale?
They're $1. Thanks. But if you buy one, you have to read a book to go to the bookmark.
Yeah, I read a lot of books.
You look like a smart person that would read a lot of books.
Where do you put the money?
Oh, you can just put it in the basket. Thanks, guys. How are you? Oh my goodness, I'm good.
This is my wife, Mary.
Hi, Mary. I'm Dan. Good to meet you.
Yeah,
Good
no,
to
I
see
just saw.
you.
I was like, I think that's Dan Nelson. We should go say hi. I
From
haven't
the
seen
back.
him in like 5
Oh,
years.
that's right. Good to see you.
You too.
Bless
Well, I'll
you.
let you get back to your work.
Thank
but I just
you.
wanted to, like,
I'm glad you
see
did.
and bless you and
Thank you.
Wish you have a happy New Year.
Thank you. Oh, what fun. Your old friend. There are lights outlining part of this building. Yeah, I like it. This right here is a traffic. They are traffic signal boxes, and we're viewing them all from behind. So, like the lights are facing the opposite way from us. So it's going to be a bit of a trick to make sure that they look like the thing they are. Time to pull out a little bit of opaque blue. And a little bit of opaque brown mixed in with it. At one point there was a car down there, but I might just...
What masterful art.
Ah, hey Rick!
What masterful art are we doing today?
Hey man, hey. Good. Did your wife tell you I
Yeah,
I thought I might call you?
Yeah.
I'm ready for my next installment.
Oh,
Good to
great.
see you.
Good to see you.
I've missed getting together.
Yeah.
But that's right. I've been busy. You have too.
Oh, I've had a change up where I've got a lot of responsibility right now. So
Do you really? Even more?
I'm the only tech guy left at church. I'm the IT manager now, and
Oh, man.
there
Bless
are
you.
a lot of. I've got 4 to
Did the-
5 major projects. Like usually that you do one a year of.
Are you serious?
Yeah, within 4 months. So.
Did they give you a raise to go with that?
Yeah, a little bit. I'm trying to save them enough money to make the case for another raise.
Bless you. Good to see you, man. Very good. Yeah. Great to see you, Rick.
That's great.
You haven't changed your number, right?
No, same number.
Good.
I gotta go. My wife's gotta get that.
Great to see you. Thanks for coming by, Rick. Haha. That's fun. Rick was has been one of my technical advisors. Technical / social media advisors, consultants, whatever. Paid him to help me do stuff. I was just thinking about it today. It's like, I think I'm ready for another fix of Rick. Yeah, Mr. Wizard kind of thing.
Dollars just go down to the bottom there.
Thanks, y'all. Yeah, you can move that clipboard. Yeah, feel free. Look around. I'm selling bookmarks over here, $1 each. Often on a night like this, it'll give you just enough food. I mean, just enough. Yes, it has. Yes, yes. You want to check that for me? What do you mind?
There's a check mark there.
Check that right there. Thank you. All right, here is the way this is going to work. In a few minutes, I am going to completely finish this broadcast and take about 20-30 minutes to switch over to oil. And you're welcome. Thank you. And then start daily art adventure number 802. Does that make sense? So if you have hit the bell, then you will be notified when I start broadcasting again. It used to be that if you simply subscribed, you would be notified, but that changed some time ago. Now, if you want to receive a notice, a little ding or something, then
Midnight? You done around midnight, you think? Or you
yeah,
before that?
I'll be, and then the traffic will be a madhouse.
Yeah.
So I'll keep painting probably till 12:30 before I start cleaning up.
All right, okay. Maybe
Did you place a bid?
I did.
Excellent. Okay.
1100. I'm hoping.
Oh, very good. Okay.
Probably won't make it, but
Thank you.
fantastic in my living room.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great. So my bid auction is up to 1100. So it's always a nice problem to have. You know what? I'm liking this blue. I thought I was just about done, but I just changed my mind. I'm liking this blue stuff. Now, it does give me a little bit of pause when people place bids on my paintings this early in the process, unless they know me, which many do. I mean, when I'm out here painting, I run into people say, "Oh, I've been trying to get one of your paintings for years," you know, stuff like that. "Oh, we saw your painting, you know, last year," and stuff like that. Anyway, but if it's somebody who doesn't know my stuff, and they place a bid at this point in the painting process, in my opinion, they're exercising a high degree of faith that they're going to like it when I finish. Well, I'm just going to keep on painting. Try to do a good job. That's all. as I said a while ago, usually the paintings that look good in the early stages, more often than not, also look good in the later stages. Yep, just a little bit more white now. I think I want a lot of sparkle down here in the street level. A lot of sparkle. I'm going to try to do a little bit of spatter. It's kind of dangerous. There we go. That's good. Not too much. All right, before I go, let's see what kind of chat you guys have been saying over here. Susan playing ukulele and watching. I've actually brought some of my instruments here tonight. I don't know if I'm going to have the opportunity to play them or not, but I might. One of which is ukulele. Susan, that's great. I agree. Small ukulele, so convenient. Been fun. All right, you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I will be back. I would think in 20 minutes. My friend Patrick went to get me some supper about an hour ago, and he's not back. So I hope he's all right. All right, I'll be back again soon. Bye-bye.